Hello and welcome to another guitar channel. Another guitar channel is the channel for all those guitarists who cannot play on an instrument but they love to turn the knobs. And sometimes I will post the series which is called After the Show. And today we got the series which is called After the Show. As you can see, machine VOGGing head. I was at the concert Saturday night in London, Brixton Academy, legendary place, and Machine Head was playing actually two sets of concerts. One, the main one, which I bought the ticket for, and the one I was thinking I'm gonna go and see, was the 25th anniversary of Burn My Eyes, the classic metal album, from the 90s. When I saw the first time the video, when they are walking through Bay Area with those dogs and chains, and actually they are so fucking cool, I was like, whoa, I want to be like that. And for a while I was like that. I didn't have a dog. Guys, I bought the ticket in March, I think, in a pre-sale. The ticket were gone within 3 hours, and there was nothing left to actually, to buy and to be bought. And actually, there was no other chance to buy the ticket. Of course, you could go and buy it somewhere on eBay or somewhere like very expensive. But I got it from March, and I was waiting. Since that time, in Machine Head, something really important happened. So what happened was Rob Flynn announced, I think like 6 weeks ago or something like that, that Mr. Wacław Kiełtyka, who's called Vogue from the band Decapitated, one of the best guitarists in the world in terms of metal music, is gonna join Machine Head. And then even then I was thinking like, okay, so they're gonna record a new album, they're gonna do some concerts later, they need some time to prepare themselves. But no, it turns out that actually on this concert which I'm talking about today, there was two gigs. There was two Machine Heads. So one Machine Head was playing quite newer songs. I mean, not the songs from Burn My Eyes, and there was the lineup with Vogue, which was amazing because I'm a big fan of this guy. I got interview with him in Polish on my Polish channel. I've met him once, and he's a very nice and very good person. Full of nice things to share. In terms of guitar, and he's quite open-minded, and of course he's a beautiful guitarist. He plays guitar amazingly. So that was the first concert was like that. The first half of the concert was songs not from Burn My Eyes played with Vogue, and I was so fucking happy to see that. First of all, he's Polish, so I'm very proud. But Polish guy from Krosno, from small city in Poland, is joining one of the most important, one of the biggest band in the world in terms of metal music. Second of all, his playing. It's amazing, and actually he added really good stuff to Machine Head, and I was even laughing that when I was looking at him, the way he plays in Decapitated, he played in Vader as well, so very technical stuff, very like lots of notes and lots of fast arpeggios and things like that. In Machine Head, sometimes for him it must be like playing punk music. I was even wondering if he's not bored. I think this is very good lineup of Machine Head at the moment, and they're gonna do some really good stuff. So if they all stay together, and for like next 5 or 10 years, if they still play together, I think that's gonna be something like a new revolution for Machine Head, and we're gonna be like on another level. When I met Vogue, I think it was last year, and when I spoke to him, I've asked him, because then he was telling me that he has like a custom shop Ibanez is making for him. Decapitated was in high peak of death metal, and they were like really huge band at this moment, and they were playing like gigs everywhere. And I've asked him the question if he is thinking that there's anything more which can happen, or if he's dreaming about something more which can happen to him in the future of his guitar playing. And he said like, he's got everything. He said like, no man, I've achieved everything I could, so there's really nothing more I could achieve. And then bang, he's going to play with Machine Head. This gig was beautiful. He even was able to play the tribute for his brother who died. And actually 2nd of November was a date when he died, was like an anniversary of it, so he was playing like a special stuff just for him. Everybody was like silent on this moment, and everybody was like looking at him, and he was paying this tribute. I know there was his family on the balcony, so he was like, yes, well, there was a special concert for him as well. It was a very special concert for me from other hand as well, because I get my Machine VOGGing Head banner. Actually, there was like a cardboard with Machine VOGGing Head written down, and because they were streaming online, live stream of the concert, I was there, and my banner was there, and actually they put it on the website as well, and they put it on Instagram of Machine Head, they put it on Facebook fan page of Machine Head. It was so proud. Yeah, fuck me, I'm there as well. So the concert was beautiful, and I was really amazed by the concert. And then there was a second part of the concert, which was containing is not a good word, including the proper members, the real, original members of Burn My Eyes. So Kontos was there, and Logan Mader was there. Logan Mader is quite important person in metal scene. For a long time he was a producer. He played as well with Soulfly. He played on the first Machine Head album, and he was quite, the legend as well of metal music. And he came back for this tour, and I thought that this concert will only include this lineup with Burn My Eyes song. Maybe they're gonna like mix up with some other songs from the old times, but no. And the second part of the concert, they played Burn My Eyes only, one by one, just like it's on the album. So they started with Davidian, the song which they always play like at the end. They played like on the first part, and you could see the difference as well between the bands when everything changed. Like all like two members changing, the drummer is different, totally different music coming out, different power and energy was coming out. And Logan Mader is as well playing Mader. It's as well playing much different than Vogue. So there was something really nice, and it was nice to go back in time as well to 90s, and to go back to 1994 and remember how it was when everything started with a new wave of metal, the second new wave of metal, which still is there on the market and still is there, to be listened to. And without Burn My Eyes, there wouldn't be many bands in the world later. So that was very nice. Unfortunately, there was something which really, in a way, destroyed that concert. Like made it a little bit. Something happened. I mean, some wanker dropped the cup of beer, the glass of beer, on a soundboard, on a mixer, and in half of the concert, the whole front of house went down, and there was absolutely no sound. The band didn't know about it. They played like half of a song without even knowing that they not heard at the fronts. And actually, they're playing quite good from my perspective, because if you're interested in concerts, if you're interested in how it's made and how it sounds and what is it all about, not only like listening and jumping in the crowd, you could hear what they can hear on stage. Of course, they all play with ears now, so they all got the monitors in ear, and the stage is quite silent. So that was quite funny to hear how the stage sound, because they using amplifiers on the back. You could hear some guitars, but mostly you could hear drums actually, and that was quite interesting how silent is the stage at the moment. When they realized, of course, they needed to stop the concert, and for I think 15 minutes there was nothing going on. They were talking for a while, and they came down. Then the whole front of house was started to like work again, but they needed to make like a quick rehearsal, like a quick sound check again. So this moment of the concert made it, from one hand, it was special because it happened there. It was like a real thing, and actually it was something to remember. And whoever was on this concert will be like, oh yeah, that was a concert when all the things fucked up, and actually all the sound came down. But from other hand, it took a little bit of energy of them, and actually it made the concert, with the power of the music and the energy like coming down. People didn't know what's gonna happen. In England there is a curfew, so you cannot play after 11, and it was like quarter or even 10 to 11 when they started to reset the whole thing, and everybody was like, oh my god, we're not gonna play the whole concert. We just came here and we didn't see everything, and blah 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 blah, things like that. Fortunately, they played all the stuff, and it was the first concert in my life in England when they were playing after 11 o'clock. So another special thing. Unfortunately, like I said, the power of the people from the crowd and the power from the band was a little bit down after this moment, and they needed like 2 songs to regain everything. And that was actually the end of the concert anyway. They have, I think, like 3 or 4 songs left. And they needed to regain everything. To make it happen, they started playing covers of Metallica, of Rage Against the Machine, of Slayer, and that made people like, wow, yeah, that's something else. But you could hear that the band was like a little bit down with what happened. The crowd was a little bit down with what happened, and there was like quite strange experience, for a while. But from other hand, like I said, special thing happening. It doesn't happen every time with something like that. So something to remember. After, of course, they didn't play Realize. They played those covers instead of Realize. After that, they played Block, and the concert was like finished. I was very, very happy to be there. I was very happy to participate in this event, because that was really, really something very, very special, and I really enjoyed the stuff I've heard. So all my respect to Machine Head for both of lines up, and actually for playing. The only thing which I regret, this particular concert, they were selling Dean guitar. Every single concert had one for sale. When I came into the venue, I was like, oh my god, it's £550. Should I buy it? Oh god, I don't know. And I was like, oh, maybe not. And then I was like standing for the whole concert, and I was like, fuck me, I should buy this guitar. Why not? It's gonna be so special. It's never gonna lose the value. It will be like, very, very special thing. They will sign it up for me. And I don't know how many concerts they play, but let's say there's like 50 of them only in the world. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna buy it. I'm going there. It will be for my channel. It will be there, hanging on my walls, and actually it's gonna be like a beautiful thing. And when I did decide that actually I'm gonna buy it, I went there and it was gone. So I was not very happy about that. So that's what it was. But from other hand, like I said, beautiful gig, and I was a part of it, being filmed on it. So I was very, very happy. If you want to see me banging, you can go on the Facebook fan page of Machine Head, and there's a live stream recorded from from London, and when you see the guy with machine vogging head, like a cardboard, you know, jumping and stuff, and you see me, my face like that, you will be a part of it as well. Thank you very much for watching. Of course, if you like the video, you can thumb down. If you like, you can thumb up. If you didn't like, you can thumb down. Whatever you do, even if you hate it, whatever you do with the thumb down, it's still making the algorithm working for me. So be careful with it. Of course, you can comment. Of course, you can tell your impressions about this gig. Of course, you can tell your impressions about Machine Head. Of course, you can subscribe. Of course, you can hit the bell and you can share it and whatever. Machine vogging head again. Thank you very much. I was Xantip, another guitar channel, filmiki o gitarach. Bye bye.